Okay.
There we go. All right. So we're just talking about my horrible driving record.
Which I've always felt safe with you.
I know, you really shouldn't. At this point, it's becoming a running joke among my closest friends.
Okay.
And my family. God knows.
Makes me feel better about learning how to drive this year, which is something I've never done before.
Oh, you've learned to drive this year?
I figured it's a good thing to
No, I agree. Yeah.
to do in my stints between employment, or my time between employment.
Certainly couldn't hurt.
Because a lot of jobs I look for want me to have a license, which automatically disqualifies me.
So there you go. You're adapting. Good for you.
I haven't started yet, but
you plan to. That's a start.
Yes.
But anyway, we were not even a minute into this review already going on tangents. So, hi guys. We're here to talk about Fantastic Beasts Where to Find Them. You want to show them the book? Because Sarah got the book. Because she's a bigger Potterhead than me. Which isn't a bad thing. Not a bad thing. But anyway, this is also kind of my apology for making you miss out on the Doctor Strange review. So.
Yeah, Granted, I had a very limited time frame that week because I was going away for a week, and pretty much the day that you saw it was the day that I packed.
Yeah, that's about it. But anyway, so we're here now. It's opening weekend, and the theater was packed to the rafters.
And actually a pretty cool and receptive audience. Good mix of adults and children.
True. Yeah, I mean, you kind of expect that in the Potter movie, or at least anything taking place in the Potterverse. As for the movie itself, I liked it. I was thoroughly entertained. I had some issues.
You wouldn't be you if you didn't.
Fair. Which I can't really talk about the game too heavy into spoilers. I kind of am a little doubtful to call them spoilers.
Okay.
Personally, because I knew the twist. Literally, the first frame of the movie, I predicted the twist. That was right.
I didn't predict it, but I did pick up on clues that are tied in with the lore, and in screenwriting, what is known as the inciting incident, the point in the story that kind of gets the plot in motion. I saw that coming, and
like every major plot twist in the movie I saw coming from a mile away, and it got kind of annoying to me because I'm like, this is painfully obvious. Can we get the reveal over with? It's kind of what I was thinking a little bit towards that. But anyway, about the overall movie though, the movie's a lot of fun.
It is.
This must have been just a designer's wet dream to make this movie. And I'm sorry, it's raining right now, guys, which very rarely happens in California. So if you hear raindrops right now, I apologize. Not much I can do about it. It's Mother Nature. And this is also, I know I keep changing cars too. This is like the third car in like a week that I've recorded a review in. This is the loaner car they gave me while my car's in the shop. So hopefully in a week when I get my car back, right before Thanksgiving. But anyway, yeah, like I was a little worried at first because I felt like there was a great amount of time set aside for setup and exposition. I feel like it takes a full third of the movie, at least in the beginning. So it takes a while to get its paces, or like kind of everything set up. Once setup is done and it gets into it, it's a lot more fun. But it takes a little while. What did you think?
I was thoroughly entertained as well. I noted the time when we came out of the theater, and I was surprised that we were in there as long as we were, because it's a 2.5-hour movie, but it didn't feel like it to me.
It felt a little bit like it to me, but then again, like that's not necessarily a bad thing. For me, I felt like there's some scenes like, okay, I feel like they're kind of pulling a Peter Jackson a little bit, where the stretching is out a little too long. But again, that's a nitpick though.
Maybe, but I enjoyed being in the world again.
No, yeah, that's true. And that's a very good point. I mean, like, again, the creature design, the visual design, again, the designers were having a fucking blast working on this thing.
And I could tell that the digital animators and the editors were having a lot of fun with it too.
Did the editing bug you at all in this movie? Because it bothered me at some points a little bit.
It bothered me in the very beginning when so the movie opens up with a montage of
there's some like
newspaper headlines, of which that editing bothered me a little because I couldn't read any of the
I couldn't read it either.
headlines. I was barely able to catch the year from one of the newspaper headlines because I focused on 1926.
No, like there were some parts like I wasn't sure what they wanted me to look at, so I ended up looking at like the ad for house elf training. I'm like, I feel like I'm not supposed to be focusing on that particular part of this newspaper.
Yes, at one point I focused on one of the dragon animation cartoons in one of the newspapers. So I would have liked it if that opening newspaper montage had been slowed down a bit. So that was a little fast for my taste.
There was a lot of erratic editing in parts in this movie. I mean, not the entire movie. Not the point where it's like it's overly distracting, but there's some parts like whoa, slow down, stop.
Yeah.
Stop for a second. Let me catch up. Let me keep up. This is mostly in the first third of the movie, though. I'd say it gets better as it gets going.
It finds its pace.
Yeah, like honestly, I think the weakest part of this movie is the first third, and the incredibly predictable plot twists. But I'll get to that in a little bit because that's spoiler heavy. But
very.
Yeah. But yeah, Eddie Redmayne's great. I really liked him. I really liked the character in this movie. I thought the characters were all really likable. I thought they're all. You know, everyone's favorite's gonna be Jacob.
Yeah. Because he's the everyman.
You know, he's everyman. He's just that actor's really fucking likable, really charming. Really like it doesn't feel like forced comedic relief. It felt like it came more naturally to him, and I like that actor too. I've seen a few other things. I can't remember any top of my head, but I know like, oh, it's that guy. But he was really likable, and he was really like. Honestly, when they focused more on him, the movie I got more invested in the movie as it kept going. The more he was in it, and the more he was talking, I was like, okay. I have something to hitch my horse onto now. All right, I'm good. Let's get into this. But even though, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really concerned the first third of the movie because I was worried it's gonna focus more on story than characters, which is something WB has really been doing a lot of lately. Mm-hmm. Especially since WB wants to make 4 of these fucking things. So I'm like, yeah, there's plan to make 4 of these movies.
Well, there are 2 other books in the set. Like
but they said like they were kind of like Wikipedia kind of stuff, isn't it? Like encyclopedia. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, this one is.
Mm-hmm.
So on the way over to the car, I was telling him about the book, and basically this is 1/3 of a set that J.K. Rowling. Wrote to raise money for comic relief, and the other 2 books in the set are she wrote Quidditch Through the Ages and The Tales of Beetle the Bard. So maybe she's making those or maybe WB is making those 2.
No, I think they're specifically Fantastic Beasts movies because David Yates, the director of this movie, has been attached to all 4 of those movies. So it's kind of like what they did with The Hobbit, where they're just trying to stretch it out for all it's worth.
Maybe they'll be about Newt's adventures?
I'm guessing. That's the only thing I could think of they do, and I'm assuming they'd bring Jacob back for that.
Well, but they, spoiler alert, they had to...
You know they're going to
take his memory.
You know they're going to bring him back. You know they're gonna do it. There's easily most popular character in the movie. There's no way they're not going to.
I really liked Eddie Redmayne's performance.
True, but he's not gonna be the popular one. I can tell you right now, it's gonna be Jacob. Team Jacob, all the way. I know. I couldn't resist, but...
I thought you hated...
I did, but it's been gone for a long time now, so I can laugh at it. It's kind of like AIDS.
Okay, then. That got dark.
That was a South Park reference. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
It's like, hey, everybody, AIDS is funny now.
Okay.
It works well in context.
Maybe in 15, 20 years, we'll be laughing about the current administration.
I hope so. That's gonna be Hitler, the sequel. But anyway, I don't want to get into politics.
Sorry.
That's a whole ugly thing. I don't want anyone to go anywhere near that.
Sorry, you brought up AIDS, so that's...
So AIDS, immediately. AIDS, question mark, equals Trump? Anyway, but,
bad evil thing equals bad evil thing.
Okay, gotcha. I'm not getting into that. I've already said more than my fair share.
Anyway.
But anyway, back to this movie. No, like, it is fun once it. I mean, the basic premise of the movie went until you get to all the other convoluted wizardy politics stuff that takes over the third act of the movie. Is basically Eddie Redmayne comes to America because he wants to set one of his beasts loose in Arizona or something like that. And
it's native habitat, apparently.
Yeah, shenanigans happen, and he meets up with this non-magic person. What do they call him in America?
No Madge.
Okay. Which I feel like Muggles is overall just a better name.
I think so too. That's Muggle is apparently what the Brits call them.
I guess. I'm like, okay, I can see that, but really, America, we're that unimaginative? We couldn't think of anything better than no Madge? They're not magical people. Fucking no Madge. All right. Really? You don't want to dedicate time? Nope, no Madge. I'm just saying, with a little effort, nope, no Madge. Just go with it.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, okay, a little unimaginative for unimaginative people, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so he meets up with this nomad named Jacob, who, I forget the actor's name, but he's very charming. And shenanigans happen. He accidentally grabs Eddie Redmayne's case, and Eddie Redmayne grabs his case.
Yeah.
And,
he wants to be a baker.
Baker, yes. I want to be a dentist. Anyway. I don't know why Rudolph just popped in my head. Maybe it's because I was surrounded by Christmas decorations in fucking November.
Hey, tell me about it.
But I digress. I'm sorry. I think I'm a little loopy today. I've had a really long week, so I'm a little out of it. So maybe that's why I'm having more tangents than usual. But,
and if I get tangent at all, I'm going to blame delayed jet lag.
Fair enough. That's right, because you just got back from Paris.
Yes.
She just got back from Paris, if you guys are wondering.
Yes. 2 days ago, and they're like 9 hours ahead. So when it,
I'm surprised you're awake.
I know, right? I'm surprised that I was able to get up at 8 a.m. to catch buses up from Monterey to to do this.
I know, it's because that's how badly you want to see this movie. If you ask me to do that, I'm like, fuck you.
I was telling him earlier, I have been looking forward to this movie practically all year ever since I heard about its release date.
So did this meet your expectations then? Was this kind of what you were looking for? Or?
Well, I honestly wasn't quite sure what to expect in terms of plot or lore or whatnot. After reading this, I figured that they would kind of come up with their own story.
Yeah.
Because the book is a descriptive and encyclopedic list of the creatures that Eddie Redmayne's character studies and chronicles. So I figured it would be kind of hard for them to create a short mini magical animal encyclopedia into a coherent story.
Yeah, pretty sure. That's like well, I can't wait for a dictionary in the movie. It starts the main character, Aardvark.
Something like that, sure.
Watch as he travels through the alphabet. Give me a trilogy. First one's gonna end after C.
Let's see. We are starting with after the intro.
Gonna be Chris Pratt as the Aardvark.
That works. Yeah, the intro is actually the longest part. We are
Acromantula?
Acromantula.
Ah, okay, I see that now.
With the Ministry of Magic rating of most dangerous, and
that's a lot of X's.
Yeah.
Not the fun kind.
Yeah.
There's a porn for that somewhere.
Yes.
If there wasn't before, there's gonna be now. Acromantula. Ooh, draw boobs on it, we're good.
Or tentacles, or whatever you're into.
It depends if it's from Japan or America.
Yes. So I didn't really know what to expect. When I saw clips of Eddie Redmayne, I felt like he was a good choice because he
I
had,
like Eddie Redmayne.
yeah, I felt like he had that the right look and demeanor to play a wizard character in the universe.
But just awkward enough to go for like the outcast person that was fascinated by animals, that guy in school, basically.
Yes, but also subtly charming enough too.
Yeah. No, he's good in this. He's likable in this. I will admit, I was kind of hoping for a little bit Jupiter ascending Eddie Redmayne. Would have loved it at one point. He's in his little magical suitcase full of animals and go, "I create life!" Take it away.
Maybe it's on one of the deleted scenes.
Fuck yeah, it better be. He's got the pasture for it and everything. Just dramatic yelling out there. Anyway, but where was I?
I didn't know what to expect. I was hoping that it would capture the feel and atmosphere of the Harry Potter world, and it did. If you're a fan, then you'll get sucked in and enjoy it as much as I did. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, to me, I don't think I was as sucked in because I was noticing some of the narrative holes a little bit, and I got just distracted enough for me to notice. Not enough for it to kill the movie or anything like that, for me, but just enough to be a little annoying. And again, a lot of it involves spoilers, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I get into those. But basic premise is Jacob, while he has Eddie Redmayne's case, or Newt's case, he accidentally opens it and releases all these monsters into New York in 1920s. And 1920s New York, which makes you like, how has nobody realized there are wizards in this city by this point? Except the weird cultists. Like, that, really? Those are the only ones that noticed? Okay. Some kind of bullshit on that. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of tell where they're planting seeds for, like, more movies, because you have, like, the one big actor whose name I always forget playing, like, the newspaper editor.
I don't...
And he's only like in 3 scenes in the movie, so I feel like they probably have him on contract for more because like he has a senator's son who, spoiler, dies in this movie, and then he goes, "They killed my son. I will expose all of you." I'm like, okay, there's the sequel. Like I feel like that's kind of where it's going, because I feel like that actor is way too big to be in only 3 scenes in the entire movie. They have to have him on for more.
Interesting.
And same goes for, spoiler, Johnny Depp.
Which one was he?
He was at the very end.
Okay.
Yeah, way too big of an actor to be in only 1 scene in the movie.
Revelio.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, so a good chunk of the movie is just basically Eddie Redmayne and his sidekick Jacob just hunting monsters. And honestly, I think it's probably the most fun part of the movie.
Yes.
Like, honestly, I would have been totally okay if that was the entire movie. I didn't really need the American wizard subplot thing that kind of took over the third act movie. I didn't need that. I was having a good time with them hunting horny monsters.
That's probably what the...
Gotta catch them all, man.
That's probably what the other movies will
Probably, and this is the closest thing to a Pokemon movie we're ever gonna get, people. When you really think a good Pokemon movie, phrase that, a legitimately good one, not one they're like, oh, if you watch all the stupid cartoons, you'll like it. I'm sorry, guys, I know that's a huge fan base, but the cartoons are fucking stupid. I don't care who like goes to war with me on that one. I'm just gonna say Pokemon cartoons are fucking dumb. But I like you saying mum on the subject. Like, I'm not touching that.
Well, I've never been
I used
much for Pokemon, so I don't have anything to contribute to.
I used to be a lot more when I was younger, but now as an adult, I'm kind of like, okay, I like them fine, but come on. I'm like, you can like them. I'm not saying don't, but they're still kind of dumb. And I'm not judging you. I like dumb shit. I will vehemently defend the Godzilla movies. I know they're stupid.
One of my favorite guilty pleasures is the 1992 Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie, which I know is bad, but it's
Josh Whedon, so even his bad ones are still like quirky in some way.
Yeah, it's basically early 90s Valley Girl with vampires. I kind of love it.
It's still got a wide fan base. But anyway, so yeah. And like I said, again, just there's so many interesting designs, there's so many interesting looks, and ordinarily the fact that it's all CGI would ordinarily kind of bug me, but I'm kind of used to that with Harry Potter movies, so it didn't really bug me. It wasn't that distracting for me. It would have been nice to have like one practical effects elf, like house elf, not house elf, like dwarf or something in there, like they had in the original movie, Harry Potter movies, though.
Agreed.
No, it doesn't kill anything by Amy's imagination. It's like, it would have been nice. Kind of like in the newer Star Wars, where they kind of mix CGI and practical effects a bit more. Again, that's more of a nitpick. It didn't really bother me all that much. Just enough to be like, I kind of would like that. But anyway, along the way, you got weird, like, got all kinds of creatures and magical people running around. You got a troll thing played by Ron Perlman that pops up at one point. Did you catch that? That was
No.
that was Ron Perlman?
What, one of the house elves?
The gangster one in the bar.
That actually makes a lot of sense now.
I recognize Ron Perlman's voice anywhere. I love that man. like honestly, like name any good villain in a cartoon in the past decade, it was probably played by Ron Perlman. Like he played Deathstroke in the old Teen Titans, or Slade as they called him in the show, in the old Teen Titans cartoon back in, I want to say, the early 2000s. And he was phenomenal as that character. And he plays the Lich in Adventure Time, and is absolutely terrifying. I know it's weird to say Adventure Time without giggling a little bit if you haven't watched the show.
Not yet. It's on my list.
I want to acknowledge it starts out stupid,
Okay.
but you have to stick with it to get to the good stuff. It's kind of like Steven Universe, same kind of way.
Okay.
Steven Universe is another way you should check out, by the way. That one's also really, really good. Yep.
That list keeps growing.
I know, right? It's a newer age of cartoons where they kind of have to, like, they start out simple enough, and then you watch them more, they get more and more complex as you actually give a shit.
Good to know.
Or BoJack Horseman, that's another one. That one gets fucking existential as shit.
Deep.
Very. But anyway, back to this movie. So I'm going into spoilers here, because I gotta talk about things that bother me a little bit, and again, it's like, yeah, okay, so spoilers from here on out.
So, if you haven't seen it yet, and you want to, you don't want it spoiled for you, stop watching now and
come back later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out Colin Farrell plays the bad guy, which I knew literally immediately as the movie started, because it starts out with show like this evil wizard called something, evil wizard name, that's apparently like this revolutionist who wants to start a war between the wizards and humans, so that way they'll be exposed and finally just like stop hiding and eventually make a new society or whatever. Basically wants to start a world war.
Do you not remember the name, or are you refraining from saying it?
I don't know the name.
Grindelwald.
Yeah, that's why I don't know the name. it's like Grindelwald, Wobble, something. I don't know.
Well, it was mentioned in the 7th Harry Potter book.
Yeah, I have no memory of that. I read the book in a long time.
I have the audiobooks on a flash drive, and I've listened to each book 3 times.
Yeah, that's why you know. But either way,
I really like them.
they show like the back of his head, and it's white, and literally the first thought was like, oh, it's Colin Farrell. Literally is my first thought as I saw that. And it's like, wait, it's supposed to be a mystery? Fuck. And every time I see Colin Farrell, I'm like, he's the bad guy, he's the bad guy, he's the bad guy, he's the bad guy. Oh, he's the fucking bad guy. You told me this an hour ago. We could have actually developed this rather than just keep the fucking mystery going. That's my issue with like when the reveal villain, I've realized more and more, is 90% of the time it's completely obvious. And it's really annoying because if you just get the reveal over with early, you can actually develop that character, but you don't. And you waste all that time on a mystery I figured out way before you tell me the answer. That's my opinion on that anyway.
That said, I do hope that they bring that character back because I'd be curious to see how he and Dumbledore became friends or associates for a time.
There's no way they're not going to bring him back. They got Johnny Depp to play him. He's coming back. Yeah, there's absolutely no way he's not coming back for the next couple movies.
Cool.
That's like if you had that's like if you had Robert Downey Jr. play a bodyguard in the Matrix movies. And it would be an absolute waste of time and money if you went through that much effort to get that high profile of an actor to do a scene.
Well, at the time the Matrix movies came out, he was in the lower
Well, my point is, you get my point though. Okay, if we're gonna go with that equivalency, if you cast Martin Lawrence
There you
as
go.
that character, for example. You get the point I'm trying to make, though.
I do.
So I was like, no, they're gonna bring him back. There is a lot of setup for sequels. I will give this movie credit for it. It does tell a complete story.
Yes.
It doesn't hinge on like a dumb cliffhanger or something like that, which I liked because not a lot of movies do that anymore. It sets things up for possible sequels, but doesn't actually hinge on a sequel happening. Like if a sequel didn't happen, like this movie somehow bombed, which no way that's gonna happen.
I haven't checked the box office stats.
Oh, just based on our audience alone, there's no way. Like this movie could stand on its own if a sequel never happened.
Which is one of the things that I enjoyed about it, is that it is a self-contained story.
No, I think I like that. I like that. Like, there's not a lot of movies do that anymore. Every movie wants to set up a fucking trilogy or an extended universe. Everyone wants to do what Marvel's doing, but like, and WB still wants to, but at least I feel like there's a little more restraint here, which I appreciate. Better than the DC movies. Please, Wonder Woman, don't suck.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Feminists have been waiting for a Wonder Woman movie for years.
We didn't get it with Harley Quinn.
No.
But I digress. So yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So that reveal is painfully obvious. So honestly, I just kept getting more and more frustrated the longer they kept stretching out that reveal. Especially towards the end when they're fighting in the subway. I'm like, just tell me he's the villain!
My first, obviously, I didn't know that he was Grindelwald nearly as soon as you did, but it was pretty obvious that he was the villain through his behavior and actions. But my first hint that he was at least a follower of Grindelwald's philosophy was when he gave one of the ancillary characters, a young man by the name of Credence,
played by the Flash,
a necklace with the Deathly Hallows symbol.
Yeah, I caught that
on it, and that reminded me again, going back to the 7th Harry Potter book, when it's revealed that that Grindelwald took on the Deathly Hallows symbol as his own brand insignia, whatever you want to call it, for a while. So even though it's not indicative of Grindelwald tried to make it indicative of himself.
I see. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, to me, like, and that what's the name of that actor? I am really fucking out of it, guys. That's played the kid that Colin Farrell was talking to. I know he's supposed to be the Flash in the Justice League movie.
I don't know, actually.
I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna bug me.
I mean, I just know him as this character, Credence, which.
Well, he was also in. Yeah, it's Ezra Miller. That's his name.
Okay.
He was also in Perks of Being a Wallflower. He's in that movie.
All right.
He played the gay friend. You never saw Perks of Being a Wallflower?
No.
I thought you did for some reason.
You've talked to me about it before, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. It's a good movie. But I'm still not convinced he's going to be a good Flash, but we'll see.
Why don't they just get the guy from the Netflix or the TV series,
the CW show?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they want to keep those universes separate for whatever reason, but I don't know. WB doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, apparently not.
Apparently that's a taboo thing to say because I don't want DC fans lighten the fuck up, people. I'm sorry, your fucking movies aren't beyond criticism. Not some goddamn conspiracy, just fucking suck. But anyway, that's a whole nother rant for another time. But even though that's another twist I saw coming from a mile away. Because again, me knowing what I know about narratives, and I don't know if you picked up this right away, but there's this whole thing where apparently there's this thing called a, what do they call it? The giant monster thing at the end?
Oh, the main thing that
yeah.
And Obscurus.
Obscurus, that's what it is. I know I saw like something new Obscure or something like that, but Obscurus is basically a what happens when a wizard gets repressed and builds up his energy until the giant black parallax monster squid thing, which looked better. It kind of reminded me of those monsters from that Tom Cruise movie, where like he's fighting aliens, but it's like Groundhog Day meets Starship Trooper.
Okay.
You ever see that movie?
That description makes me want to look it up.
It's actually really good. It's basically Tom Cruise. He plays this soldier that gets kind of thrown into this.
Live, Die, Repeat?
Yeah, and that's not the original name of it, but that's what it got retitled to.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, that's the one, yeah. But I just know this great scene where he's like, he tries to roll under a truck to get away from like people doing push-ups and stuff like that. But he misses, it gets run over by the truck. But you don't see it, you just see this, ah! And he got his, and he goes, why the hell you do that? It's really funny. But anyway, go see Edge of Tomorrow if you haven't already. But anyway, what was it talking about? Oh yeah, Obscurus thingy. So it turns out this thing Obscurus going around killing people, and they're trying to figure out like where it is and where they can find it, blah blah blah. And Colin Farrell is trying to find it using Ezra Miller's character, who's this repressed boy whose mom is abusive and believes that basically in this anti-wizard cult.
Yes. Anti-magic cult. All witchcraft and magic is dirty and evil.
Including having like a daughter singing some weird fucked up nursery rhyme. Where it's like, are we like in like the pilgrimage right now? Is this what's happening? Witch! She turned me into a newt. I got better. Why didn't they make that joke? The main character's name is Newt.
Newt Scamander.
That would have been amazing. Eddie Raymond comes into, oh yeah, she turned me into a newt. A what? I got better.
That would have been great.
Like, I mean, they're all going about this all wrong. We all know the real way to tell witches are real is to compare them to the weight of a duck. We all know that's how it works. Because they float like wood. That's all. We all know that. Uh-huh. It's well-known fact. Sorry, my Python joke had to be made. But yeah, when they're talking about this, like, they're trying to figure out, like, apparently it only happens to kids or something like that. Like, a kid after a certain age can't survive being in this state or whatever.
Usually a kid past the age of 10.
Yeah, so they're trying to hint that it's this little girl that's staying there and knows this fucked up nursery rhyme, and immediately I was like, this is a misdirect. Like, I fell
for it though.
I'm like, I don't know, I kind of saw, this sounds pretentious, but I was like, I kind of saw through this bullshit a little bit on the couple twists they were trying to pull on me. Like, no, this is a misdirect. It's Ezra Miller's character. I don't know who the fuck this is. I know who Ezra Miller is. Therefore, he's probably the bad guy. Sure enough, it turns out he's the big bad guy the whole time. And they try to have his... And then leads into a third act, which I liked and didn't like at the same time, because I felt like it looked spectacular, and the visuals are really, really good. On the other hand, it's like, after a while, I was kind of wondering why Newt had to be there at all. Because I felt like not until Johnny Depp is revealed is he really even necessary in that sequence. Because regardless of whether or not he was going to be there, that situation was going to be resolved. Mm-hmm. Just based on what ends up actually happening. So it's kind of like, did Newt really need to be there?
Well,
and I also...
He was there to try to talk Credence down.
Yeah, but that didn't work.
Well, it almost did until Colin Farrell, aka Grindelwald, came in and messed things up. Yeah, but again, like, he still ends up dying at the end anyway. So, like, what was the point in the whole effort of trying to save him if they're just gonna kill him anyway? So, like, really, he would have died regardless. And, like, narratively speaking, there was no real need for him to be there at all. I'm not thinking about the story. I'm just like speaking from narrative. The movie kind of had to try to justify him being there by capturing Grindelwald at the end. That was a way and also by wiping the memories of every every nomad in New York City.
Yeah, well, that was kind of a Deus Ex Machina.
Well, that's commonplace in fantasy movies.
True, and I felt like I would have been even worse if like pull out some monster they never seen before. And he goes, "What's that? It's my Deus Ex Machina." Which really should have been the name of that creature, because that's really kind of like the service of the service of that beast in the movie. It works fine. Just from narrative, I can again just kind of see a little bit, and it was enough to bother me, not enough to ruin it for me. And again, I know, this is me being me.
The way you're talking.
No, I still really like this movie. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
I still really like this movie. I think it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
My main issues just from the first act and the last act, I think, now, again, not deal breakers, but there was stuff that annoyed me, I think is where I'm going with this. But you know how I am. I talk passionately about everything. I talk loudly about everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've known me for like 4 years. You should know this by now.
I know.
But anyway.
I still have earplugs in my purse.
At least not a movie I hate.
Yes.
If this is Medea.
I'm sorry, there was no way in hell I was going to see that with you.
Apparently there was no way in hell anyone was going to see that. You fuckers made me go see it by myself.
I didn't want to see it.
I got so many apologies after that video was released from members. We're like, Ron sent me an apology, Grant apologized, and Marissa texted me personally to apologize. Everyone's like, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I'm sorry. I heart you, but I wasn't going near that movie with a 10-foot pole.
See, I would have bought you beer.
You would have had bought me more than one.
I said beer as in plural.
Okay.
Not a beer plural. But anyway. I had a thought and I lost it. It's okay, it happens sometimes. But yeah, it's still a fun movie.
You were talking about your nitpicks with the first and final acts.
Oh, right. I mean, honestly, that. Again, these are all mostly nitpicks of like wouldn't bother most people. They bother me because I see a lot of movies. And if they don't bother you, all you can ignore them. I completely understand. But for those who are like me, that get annoyed by shit like this, here's your venting point. But I also felt like there wasn't a whole lot of lead-in for Eddie Redmayne, for Newton and all his little friends to end up in the finale either, because they just kind of stumble upon it. It's not like they're. It would have been. I think it would have been made a better difference if they're actually actively looking for the obscure whatever. Obscurus. But they're not. They just happen to be on a rooftop when it flies by. And they go, oh, there it is, and they kind of chase after it at that point.
Okay, that's a valid point.
Yeah. So that was another thing. It's again, a lot of it's just issue with the narrative. It's not with the characters or even necessarily the writing. It's just the narrative structure suffers its points.
Yes, but. I feel like the characters are and the tone and everything is charming enough to compensate balance it out.
And I completely agree. These are just my complaints about the movie. Overall, I still very much recommend this movie. I think it's a fun November movie to see.
Definitely.
It's a good one to see. I feel like this feels like a November movie. It feels like a fun movie to go see over Thanksgiving break. So,
which Thanksgiving is this week already. Jeez, where did this year go?
Down the shitter.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's what was a picture I saw the other day? It's so apparently Rock Bottom has a basement.
I saw you post that.
That made me laugh. But no, overall, I still very much recommend this movie. I still think it's a lot of fun. I would go see it again.
I would too.
I'm trying to figure out I like this more or less than Doctor Strange. I feel like I kind of put them on even par.
I would too. I mean, I saw Doctor Strange twice, and
I still gotta watch it again in 3D.
Yeah, I saw it in 2D, and then I saw it in 3D. So.
Yeah. Was it good in 3D?
Yes, actually. Ordinarily, I'm not very taken with 3D. Most of the time, I feel like it dulls the colors, and that is kind of overrated. But they incorporate it properly in Doctor Strange, I felt. So it was. I don't know if I'd say that it's worth as much as they charge for it, but I'm glad I saw it in 3D at least once.
Okay. I might make a trip to go see that again then. All right. You want to talk about trailers?
Yes, we got
Collateral Beauty, which is the Will Smith movie, which looks really pretentious. Did you get that vibe?
I did, and I could tell from everything about it that it wants to be a tearjerker and wants to play
Oscar-bation.
people's emotions and is total Oscar bait, and it got me teary-eyed, so I'm a sucker for that shit.
At least you're aware. You sound like frustrated with yourself.
I am, because I know I'm being played, and I still fall for it.
I just know, like, I think I made the joke in the last review I talked about this trailer, where it's like, man, if love is really that touchy and overly weepy, I think I'm better off without it. Because, like, dear God, love, calm the fuck down for a second. Not everything's a fucking tear moment. Jesus. Helen Mirren death is calmer than you.
Seriously. Of those three, the one that I would want to have a conversation like that with would be Death. There are some existential questions that I have.
I think the question the thing I noticed in this trailer in particular is like, man, if this turns out to be like an elaborate plan by his friends, they are assholes.
No kidding.
And like, everyone seems to be actively encouraging him to talk to these delusions, and I'm like, you guys are terrible friends. Either you set this up, or you're actively encouraging his delusions. Either way, you guys suck.
Have you ever seen the movie Lars and the Real Girl?
I know of it. I've never seen it.
Well, what you just said reminded me of it, because in that movie, an entire town plays along with the main character's delusion.
And you really shouldn't.
and by the end of that movie, he's worked through it and is no longer using his delusion as a crutch.
That's not how delusions work. We don't create delusions to work. Well, maybe some people do. I don't necessarily know the specific, like, psychology of it, but it's not healthy for you. In fact, delusions usually get worse with time. So, really, no. Get them into goddamn treatment.
Okay, so you're of the biological school of thought. Medicate.
Not even medicate. He's having delusions. Treatment isn't exclusively medication. It means get him to a doctor.
Okay.
God damn. It's like, everyone goes like, I'm seeing people that represent death, love, and time. You guys like, oh, you should talk to them and learn from them. You're just like, okay, I have a doctor friend. We're gonna take you to go see him immediately because you're a good person and you take friends who are having illusions away from their illusions. That's what sane people do.
Okay.
Crazy people have illusions. It's like, what was that one Patton Oswalt sketch where it's like, if you told me that you honestly 100% believe that there's a giant spaghetti monster in front, above you at all times, that if you ever did anything wrong, even once, it would eat you alive and send you to your eternal damnation, then I was like, okay, I respect your beliefs. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. But don't stop believing that, because it makes you a better person. Don't stop believing the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
And then we got Wonder Woman.
Please be good.
I really want this movie to be good.
Oh,
I've said this about Suicide Squad. I said it about Batman vs Superman. I'll say it about Wonder Woman. I have concerns, but I really just want it to be good.
I do too, and I was listening to a podcast where the comic book expert in the podcast was basically saying that the DCEU at this point is banking on Wonder Woman being more successful than their previous entries up to this point.
And to me, like, I think what drives me more is just the insanely apologetic fan base for these movies. And I'm like, okay, if you like it, fine, but I've heard some bullshit defenses for these movies. The one that got me the other day is I read it's like, oh, Batman vs Superman was just too smart for most audience. I'm like, fuck off.
No. I still haven't seen that, and I don't want to because it just looks like an ugly film.
It kind of is, and it's like people like, no, don't give me that horse shit. If you like it, fine, but don't say it's like, oh, you just don't understand it. Fuck you. Like, that one's like, don't insult my intelligence because you want to like a movie. So I won't insult your intelligence for liking a movie. I gotta acknowledge a little hypocrisy here. Amy, go ahead.
I studied movies in school, and am I a filmmaker? No, but I at the very least learned what a good and aesthetically pleasing film is like versus one that is not.
So anyway, we're hoping Wonder Woman breaks that trend. I really want Wonder Woman to break that trend.
I do too. Just not for the sake of the DCEU, but for the sake of the Wonder Woman property.
Yeah.
Please be good.
I agree. And then we got Hidden Figures, which is the NASA movie.
I've seen that trailer before, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing that
Me too.
movie.
I think it's going to be good.
I like the cast, so...
Yeah. I knew Muha really wants to see it, so I'll probably take him and go see that one. Once Muha's up to talking again. But anyway. Well, have you seen this post lately?
Yeah.
But anyway, so then after that we got Sane, which I just want that fucking movie to come out so I can stop seeing a trailer in every fucking movie I see.
Yeah, it's the second half of this... It's kind of like The Secret Life of Pets trailer, except for...
Yeah, it's the same company, that's why.
Except for the second half of the year. Instead of seeing it over and over again until summer, we're seeing it over and over again until December.
I feel like I got the trailer for Secret Life of Pets a solid year before it came out, and I just kept getting every movie since. Whoever's in the advertising department for this company is fucking obnoxious.
They are a bit overzealous.
Just a bit. Well, apparently it works. At the box office for Secret Life of Pets being indication. Then we got Power Rangers, where the people next to me actively snickered when they saw the title of the movie. Like, I mean, it's like the dark, moody Breakfast Club Chronicles, and then Power Rangers. People next to me going, okay. And yeah, I kind of agree.
Well, in the 1993 series premiere, Zordon does call for young people with attitudes, and in that series,
they
were goody-goodies. They didn't really have attitudes, so I guess they're making that adjustment here.
I guess, but it's like, doesn't this movie feel like it's taking itself just a little too seriously? Like, guys, you're the fucking Power Rangers. Calm the fuck down. It didn't, like, dark and moody didn't work for Spider-Man. It's not gonna work for you.
No.
That's how we got Spider-Man 3, guys. But anyway, then we also got a trailer for Passengers, the Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Pratt movie.
I've seen that trailer before too, and
it could be good.
I feel like it's a movie that I've seen before and pretty recently, but they're both charismatic actors who can give solid performances, and I'm a little curious to see why they woke up too soon.
It's got my curiosity, so
yes.
I'm like, I'll go see it. And I think that was the last trailer we got. So, before I forget, guys, we do have a new show I'm starting up. It's called MTCN Catch Up. It's basically your opportunity to submit movies that... It's getting dark.
Yes, it is.
That you want me to see that I did not get a chance to see in theaters.
From any season that this
from
show...
any season, yeah.
So basically, if it's a movie that came out between 2013 and now, you can request it.
Yes, I prefer something more recent this year, because it means if I go see it this year for maybe my best and worst stuff videos, those will technically qualify. But yeah, this opportunity to go, ask me to go watch whatever movie I happen to miss. With I think like some of the ones I saw was that stupid Kevin Smith one that came out not too long ago. Alice in Wonderland 2, which I missed.
I saw that.
Hillary's America. Which, no one's requested that, but I kind of want to see it just out of morbid curiosity.
I was really curious to see your reaction to Bridget Jones's Baby, but that
one hasn't come out on DVD yet, so I can't make any promises on that one, but I can always add to the list. Honestly, I kind of imagine my reaction to be kind of how I reacted to My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, and just kind of... It exists, but because I just don't feel like I'm the target audience for that movie.
I thought it was legitimately funny.
Fair enough. I mean, that's just different taste, though. I can tell right now I'm not necessarily the people they have in mind when they make Bridget Jones's Baby. Because, after all, I spent a good chunk of time talking about the narrative plot holes in this movie, let alone the ones in Bridget Jones's Baby. So there's that. But anyway, well, that's a bridge I'll cross when I get there.
Fair enough.
So yeah, if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment in this video or any other comment, or even send me a message. Someone already requested Eye of the Sky, so that's on my list.
And I'm just guessing it can't be a movie from previous seasons that you've already talked about.
No, those don't qualify. So if it has to be that I did not get to see in theaters or had not previously reviewed. Otherwise, there's no point in checking again. I just go watch that review. I'm not gonna talk about it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that. And meantime, we gotta head out here because it's 5:02. We got ready to take off.
Yes.
So thank you guys for watching. I think we got Moana later this week.
Oh yeah,
The Disney movie. Yeah.
I heard that the animators who worked on Treasure Planet are on that.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Treasure Planet. That's a guilty pleasure Disney movie for me. I know it's not their most popular ones, but I liked it.
It was a passion project of those particular animators that apparently they worked on the Disney Hercules movies so they could make Treasure Planet.
Okay, well, I like that movie. That's the one that's guilty pleasure for me. And then we also got The Edge of 17, which actually got pretty good reviews. So.
Yeah, I keep hearing good things about that.
Yeah, it's got 95% of Rotten Tomato right now.
Wow.
So it's more than Fantastic Beasts. So I kind of want to see it. It has Woody Harrelson there being a sarcastic asshole, so I'm down.
Oh, that's cool.
Have you seen the trailer for that movie?
I've seen some different trailers for it, and I haven't seen the movie yet.
I just don't like my favorite line, but it's always Woody Harrelson's line. It's like reading like a text he sends out to her crush. He's like, I want you, oh, it's not bad so far. I want you to put your mouth on my tits, and he goes on and on and on. And she has this horrific look at his face. He goes, so what do you think? Looks up. You gotta beware of run-on sentences. So it could be really funny. So anyway, we'll check it out when we get a chance. So see you guys.